Welcome! I got DJ Pencil Shaving.
Yo! You're what's up? It's DJ Pencil Shavings.
Wow.
Back in the studio with my fam. The Pooh God, little Pu'erh.
Little Pooh.
Little Pooh.
Little Pooh. Wow. This is embarrassing.
Episode 410.
We decided we weren't doing well enough with the young demographic anymore. We got to get the generation Zoomers.
Yeah, totally. We're on TikTok.
Yeah, talk tick.
Yeah,
you know, we get it reversed like dong ding dong.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Anyway, yep.
Yeah.
So here we are filming 410 episodes.
Yep.
Every time I tell that to friends, they're just like, God, why?
Yeah. Shit, man. We're gonna have to do something special for episode 422, aren't we?
Oh, that's so fun. That's so true. Oh, God.
Knowing us, we'll forget it's happening, which is also it kind of works.
Yeah. There you go. Fellow kids, hashtag Zoomers.
Okay, so today, some 1998 7581 from Yeon T, a sample I got maybe a year ago at this point. So these guys do traditionally stored tea. You've probably seen their packaging a couple times. Yep. They brought it on. Yeah, let's get going. So Hong Kong stored.
Sweet.
Should be very smooth.
Yeah.
So 24 years at this point.
That's crazy. That has been an eerie part of getting older, is like
the tea aging.
And also just being like 2007 was a long time ago, actually. Right?
Yeah.
The 90s.
Yeah, 15 years ago.
I know, it's crazy. So I've been trying to grow a big old Karl Marx beard to really accentuate the aging process.
Yeah.
Look how dark that is. Oh my God.
You mean to fight capitalism?
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't get on that topic.
Too late. Shout in the comments. Give us pros and cons in the comments. Let's talk about political theater.
Yeah.
Look how dark that is. It's crazy. It's like pitch black.
Yeah. How's it smell?
Really good.
Yeah. The brew's coming out a little light. I tried to lean on it a fair amount, so we're going to keep leaning on this until we're getting some dark brew. But,
sounds good.
Yeah. This is drinking probably not too strong at this point.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, a little thin. I mean, what for you is a characteristic sign of this tea is not yet, opening up, right? Because, so for example, a tea where it's like maybe a black tea, one quick rinse, and then you're kind of hoping for the meat and potatoes of the tea immediately. So what would distinguish something like a ripe Pu'erh?
I mean, to be honest, I'm mostly judging this just the fact that the color is so light.
Yeah.
We'd really want like a deep dark red at the very lightest. If not darker, like pitch black would be more acceptable than the color that I was getting there.
Yeah.
So, part of it is also probably using a Gaiwan, which pours a little faster, maybe retains a little bit less heat.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So just gotta compensate with that by sitting on it just a little bit longer than it would in a pot.
Yeah, totally. Tasty so far, sweet, a little bit of fruit, maybe some like small amount of plum, and grape nose on it. And yeah, I agree. I think also something you can tell depending on the type of tea would be the texture, viscosity of the tea.
For sure, yeah.
That color is dramatically changing. So yeah, I mean, also you just get some tea knowledge, tea experience under your belt. You're gonna know, hey, this is gonna get a little bit stronger eventually.
Yeah.
So as would a Pu'erh ripe or raw in general.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, a lot of that is just judged from experience, and you're going to pick up on it.
Yeah, look at that. Wow. So, in terms of like brewing parameters, James, any suggestions on something like this? I
mean, I'm leaning on it a fair amount, but
Definitely.
Using 5 grams per 75 milliliters, so I'm not going particularly light on the ratio. But yeah, 7581, so 8 is the average leaf grade, so pretty broad, bigger leaves.
Yeah. Definitely getting a little bit of a pencil shaving vibe. I know. Okay.
Yeah.
I know.
What's next, guys? Tomato vine.
Just kind of like almost like a wood shop type smell. Really tasty.
How's the storage for you? Pretty clean, or?
Actually, yeah. No kind of funkiness, mushroominess, sourness. No grit in the actual tea as well. no real bubbles that we're noticing, or sort of like particulate on the bubbles themselves when pouring it. These are some characteristic signs of like the tea being a little bit, maybe not optimally stored. It's really up to everybody, and also you just rinse it a few times.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think it's coming out quite clean, especially for Hong Kong storage, and especially for a company that does, rightfully have the reputation of specializing in traditional storage, which is, pushing the limits sometimes.
Yeah. I love this.
I think this steep is definitely much better than the first steep.
Agree. Yeah, a lot more vanilla, a lot more earthy root flavors, maybe kind of like sassafras, molasses-y type stuff. Really just pleasant to drink.
Yeah.
Mom test, what do you think?
As far as aged ripe goes, it's not bad. I don't know that any tea of this genre is going to pass the mom test in flying colors.
Right.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's pretty approachable. Part of the mom test is just like, is it off-putting? It might be a unique flavor profile for someone who's not used to a tea, let alone something like this. I remember drinking tea with my friend John in Salt Lake City, and he was like, I don't really know what this tastes like. And I was like, okay, well, let's just have another tea, and then maybe you can get a better sense of what the first tea tastes like. It's like, okay, I can tell they're different.
Yeah.
That's kind of enough sometimes.
Right.
So I think that for a new tea drinker, this might just be a different flavor profile, and that itself is interesting. I think for a red pu'erh, this is actually really tasty too.
Yeah. So power of contrast, I think that's a good point actually. I wonder, so if you were serving this to a novice drinker or someone that hasn't had a lot of tea, like John from Salt Lake City, shout outs to John, where would you put this in sort of the order if you're like going to serve 2 or 3 teas? Would you put it first or second or third?
Maybe second or third.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe like a white tea, like a jade oolong, something like this. You could then go like a wooey, and then maybe finish off with something like a raw pu'erh tea.
Okay.
Yeah. And again, it's kind of like, okay, was this good for you? Did you enjoy this? Maybe we'll steer away from the raw pu'erh tea, or maybe we'll pick a young, really clean, crisp, sweet raw pu'erh that's a lot less intense, not meant to be aged. So, yeah, just kind of pick your audience.
Right.
Cheers. Oh, wow. Even just holding it in the cup now, they call that when you're swishing a wine glass, the legs, the just kind of viscosity and of the liquid on the actual cup. Really great.
Yeah, for me, woody, creamy. This recipe is kind of associated with sort of like this red date profile. Are you picking up on any of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely getting a lot more fruit than I would. And also like those young ripes are much more kind of like just cherry and vanilla, which is fine. It tastes good. But yeah, just a bit more different fruit on this one for sure.
Yeah. Cherry and vanilla are for nudes. Just saying. Just saying. Okay.
Casting aspersions. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Really tasty. Great, like residual lasting flavor. Definitely not the strongest.
No.
Not in a bad way. Just kind of middle of the line there.
And to you, what has the age done to this?
I'd say gotten a bit more of those kind of root flavors coming out. I think the creaminess probably has improved a little bit over time. It's like, gosh, I almost see colors. It's like darker colors becoming darker.
Yeah. Sort of deepens it.
Yeah. Not as crisp. And yeah. Maybe a little bit less sweet than it might have originally been.
Softens and smooths it too, I'd say.
Yeah, really nice. I really agree with you that it's got a creaminess to it that's really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And the color is beautiful.
Yeah.
Like that red.
I think it's very easy to drink. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, and like that dirt earth profile that we're talking about, which may or may not sound appealing. I think that's something that probably is mostly age.
Yeah, I think so. It's just the newer ripes taste a little bit more verdant. Anyway, I'm not going to go there. I'm going to get made fun of too much. It's like the end of fall versus the beginning of fall. At the end of fall is that aged Pu'erh. It's just been sitting on the ground just a little bit longer.
All right, you haters on the internet, let them have it.
So yeah, this is really great. You know, for me personally, and this is me speaking to my being a noob still with this whole thing, I couldn't tell you the age on this. I don't think I could tell you how old it is, frankly. It tastes aged to me, but you could say 10 years, you could say 20 years, and it'd be like, okay. Yeah, you know, I think some of these ripes, because of how they're processed up front, end up reaching a threshold point where each extra year of age isn't having a really, really big impact compared to a raw Pu'erh.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you had this tea in 2012, I don't know that you're getting a dramatically different tea, even though it's, like, 14 years rather than 24, as it is now. So, I agree. Yeah. And ripe is probably more likely to fall into sort of that category than raw. All right, Danny, well, where can someone find out more about tea?
Check us out on tdb.org. James writes all the content. I just show up and film. It's true. You've heard the rumors. TDB.org, though, seriously, tons of written content, vendor guides, price comparisons, tons of the video content as well. Subscribe if you want. Can people acquire this tea, James?
Yeah. It's a little pricey just because it's older, but I think older versions of this recipe are worth trying. So Yeon Tea, just Google it. That's the fastest way to find them. They're based in Hong Kong. They have a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So check them out, and we'll see you guys on episode 411 soon.
Ciao.
Peace.